So I have you for a little bit longer, and so I wanted to just summarize some of the things that we've talked about today. So I'm not going to be seeing you here again. We're not going to be seeing each other in this setting. So I wanted to make sure that you remember what I say. So remember how you remember things? You make it unusual and different. That way you're going to remember. Some of the things we talked about especially were critical thinking and being different. We've talked about critical thinking, and we've talked about how psychologists use it. We've talked about it in terms of like this kind of a great combination of curiosity and skepticism. Like you're really interested in things, but you're not buying things just for face value. You want to think about things. You want to ask yourself questions about them. And what I want from you is to take that forward into your lives. Psychology is best when it's lived. So not just in your university careers, but with you as you go forward forever and ever. I'd like you to especially apply that to yourself, to your thoughts especially. I want you to think about what you think. I want you to think about why you think what you think. Why you think what you do about yourself and other people, especially people who might look or sound different than you. I want you to think about your thoughts like they're options, not just things that happen, but that you choose. So think of, this is Kennedy, so maybe it won't make sense, but let's try it. Think of your wardrobe. You have different things in your wardrobe, right? So think of your head as a closet, or a cupboard, where you keep the clothes. And your brain as your wardrobe, and your thoughts as your clothes. And just like you would do with your clothes, you would revisit them, and to see whether or not any of them need to be thrown away, right? Because they don't fit anymore, because they're not interesting, or you've grown out of them, or you've just come up with different ones that are way more cool based on what you've learned about yourself and other people. Do that for yourself. Don't just think thoughts. Think about where they came from, why you have them. Like, where did they come from? How many of your thoughts did you actually choose? Like, did they just happen? Did you actually pick these thoughts that you have about yourself or other people? Or are you just like so used to thinking them because maybe when you were young, someone said it enough times and it just kind of seeped into you through osmosis. And you just like think that they're yours, but you've never questioned them before. Maybe someone who had more power than you when you were little, like convinced yourself to think this way about people or about yourself. But now you don't have to, because you can choose, because you're learning, because you're growing. Think about that. Think about how, if you did that, what the dangers would be, because all of a sudden you'd be thinking for yourself. Just for yourself, not what other people think. And there's a danger to that. The danger is that you're going to be different. And lots of us have had experiences where different has been dangerous and hurtful. We've paid the price for being different. I mean, it's endemic in our society. Like even what we think are harmless, great, loving, wonderful things, like Sesame Street. Think of Sesame Street. How about this little song? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. You're taught at an early age that difference is something to fear. We should be like thinking that it's not part of what should be. What if we change the lyrics? See if you can sing them with me. What if we, I'll say it first and then you can sing it with me. I mean, if I'm dressing up like a pig flamingo, you've got to be part of this. What if we said, we showed kids' faces, different faces, different shapes and colors, because faces are all different. And we said something like, all of these things are like each other. All of these things somehow belong. Okay, let's try it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All these things are somewhat like each other. All these things somehow belong. It's pretty cool, right? All right, there you go. And you think about, yes, we can clap. Yes, so think about how the world would be just for that little shift. Maybe we wouldn't have these ridiculous ideas about, like, races. Seriously, like there's all these different races. We know there's just one. Maybe it would help if you're afraid of being different to know that it's inevitable and you can't really have any choice about it because that's just the way it is. And maybe it'll help if you remember that one day a giant flamingo spoke with you and said this. So try to remember this from a giant flamingo's perspective. The world is old. It's been around a long, long time. Some people would say it's like 4.5 billion years old, which is a long time. Whether you believe it's billions of years old, or millions of years old, or thousands of years old, whether it was big banged into being, or somehow created, or some combination of the two, we would agree that the world is old. And this is something that is very true. This applies to you whether you're an identical twin or not, just you. That in all the time the world has been, there has never, ever, ever been someone just like you. Never. In all the time the world was. And no matter how long the world will be, there will never, ever, ever be another person just like you. Never. And so what I want you to do is to be that person. Revel in that person. Be that unique person. Love that person. You know, we all, I think, like to want to be loved. But what we really want is we want to be loved for who we are. Right? Not for someone that we have to pretend to be. We want to be loved for who we are. But we can't be loved for who we are if we don't know that person and love that person. Right? Be that person. Be the you, the best you you can be. Don't try to be the best you that someone else wants you to be. Just be that unique you that you are. Love that person. If you have any question at all about whether or not you're lovable, I mean, look around you. In a short time, I've come to love you. My students. And I'm going to miss you. You're lovable, every one of you. There's not a person here that's not worth love. You have been a really great class. You have been. You've come to my classes. And you've asked questions and you've answered questions. And best of all, you applauded when other people did the same. And I hope you keep doing that. I hope you keep on answering questions, asking questions, and applauding other people for doing the same. That will help you be a great you for yourself and for other people. So, I do want to thank you. I have loved you. I really have. It's been an honor to be that person, to be privileged. Some of you might be your first prof ever. So I want to thank you. I really want to thank you. And I want to wish you well. Wish you tons and tons of love in your life. And I'll see you.